Hello and welcome to MFCP Woodworking. I'm your host, John. Today we're going to be doing a more delicate little project than we have been doing. This is a request from my wife. She wants me to try to make a little lace bobbin. And I would like to make it out of a harder wood than I've got, but I've got a piece of alder in there because that's what I have that's cured enough. I would have preferred to do cherry, but I don't appear to have any short pieces that are ready. That's something I get to work at a little bit. This video will be normal length. It shouldn't take that long. It's not a complicated project, but it's very small. As you can see, my tool rest is way longer than what I need. In fact, it's far from ideal being this long. I don't own anything else, so this is going to have to do. I will work with it. Someday I'll have a shorter one to take its place, but this will work. And I'm kind of looking forward to the project. As always, if you like this video, watch the whole thing, hit like, hit subscribe, make sure you turn on that notification bell. It makes a big difference for me, and I would greatly appreciate that. So let's get this rolling and see what we can do. Oh, we got a bit of spalting with this one. Okay, well that'll just make it prettier, as long as it's not too punky. I don't think it is. Yeah, a little. Now these things are normally about 4 inches long, so I'm gonna try to pick out what I think is the best part of this. I go 4 here. And that in there. Because of the coloration here, I'm going to want that on the handle if I can preserve it, and have the spool here where the wood is going to be a little more solid. I've noticed that it's about a third, a third, a third, so I'm going to roughly divide that up into thirds here. So this end is going to be the head of the handle. This is going to be kind of the no man's land shaft, and this is where the actual spool is going to be for the lace thread. So we're going to turn it on. Should be able to still see my lines, mark them out, kind of like that. I did look online to see how this goes, but I like to design my own stuff rather than do what everybody else is doing. So if you'll bear with my creativity here, we'll see what we can do. So this. remove my gloves for sanding here. I know gloves aren't ideal working on the lathe, but it's very cold in here and I can't work that long without them on my hands. My fingers getting too cold. Trying to keep this simple. I'll try to think of fancier stuff in the future, but for right now this is more an experiment to see what whether I can actually do this with any efficiency. Just have a look and see here. Yeah, a little bit of the spalting remains. I was actually thinking of squaring it off, but I'm going to leave it as is. The squaring off is nice, but I'm going to lose the spalting if I do that. So I wanted to look nice, and I want it to be functional. Some fine sanding here to do, but that's kind of cool. Anyway. Hopefully I didn't hit my camera out of whack there. Oh no, it still looks pretty centered. And I kind of like it. I don't want to mess too much with success here. So I'm going to pare it off. Part it off and sand the ends. And that'll be it. Get my tool rest back here. Way too big, and we'll get that parted off, sand the ends here, so only going to be about that long on it. Okay, and I kind of like it. We'll see what my wife thinks of it. If she wants modifications, she'd like it done differently. I don't know, but this is really an experiment. Just quite delicate work here. I do have smaller tools. You know, this would go good on a mini lathe. But I'm going to get my gloves back on and part this off because my fingers are getting cold. Wobbling a bit. Okay, we should be able to sand that out. There we go. Touch up by hand afterwards. And there you have it. So make sure you can see this. Little touch-up sanding on it. You see the spalting there. A little touch-up sanding on it when I'm done here, and we'll get a finish on it. I'm thinking just to wax it. So I think my wife will like it. And if she doesn't, we'll make one differently. But this is about the size they end up being, and about a third there, a third there, and a third in the middle. So that's actually where your thread goes. On the end here, the thread goes around this end, and it holds it while it, kind of cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, work safe and have yourself a good day. Thanks for watching.